Okay, let's look at this first example. So the first example is we're finding f prime if f of x equals x plus 3 over x squared plus 1 and all of that to the fourth power. So the main rule that we're going to need to use here is chain, because we don't have like just x to the fourth, but inside this raising a function to the fourth power we have x plus 3 over x squared plus 1. So the first thing that we would want to do is we would want to identify what's the outside function and what's the inside function. So the outside function here is going to be like stuff to the fourth. The inside function is going to be our x plus 3 over x squared plus 1. So remember, chain rule is the derivative of the outside, where I leave the inside the same, and then I multiply by the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of the outside here is going to be when I bring the 4 down and then subtract 1. So I'd now have like 4 times stuff to the third, and that stuff is the inside left the same. And then I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the inside. And now here's where we see where we're combining multiple rules for differentiation, because the inside of my function is a quotient. So in order to do the derivative of the inside, I have to apply quotient rule. And so remember, your quotient rule is low first. So we have low x squared plus 1 d high, which would be the derivative of x plus 3, which is 1, minus high, so minus x plus 3 d low, which would be the derivative of the bottom, which would give me a 2x, and then I divide that by x squared plus 1 quantity squared, my low squared. So after that, the calculus is done. The rest is just simplifying. So this big fraction over here can be simplified further. So notice there's really nothing that can be done on this 4 times the stuff to the third. Over here, I've distributed the 1, and then also right here, I basically distributed a negative 2x. You have to make sure that you get the negative through to both terms as well as the 2x. And so that leaves me with x squared plus 1 minus 2x squared minus 6x all over x squared plus 1 quantity squared. And then the very last step, I just need to combine like terms. So that's 4 times x plus 3 over x squared plus 1 quantity cubed. And then I end up here, once I combine my like terms, I had an x squared minus 2x, so that gives me a negative x squared, and then minus 6x plus 1 over x squared plus 1 quantity squared.